I've seen him batting ninth. Woody Williams came on strong last year to finish at 12-12. The spring numbers not real good, but with Woody you really don't worry too much about that. Remember last spring he was terrible. Kind of a finesse pitcher. I think it takes him a little longer to get going. So nobody seems too concerned with those numbers.
The numbers you really look for: 20 2/3 innings, only 5 base on balls, and 16 strikeouts. So the velocity is still there, the location just not.
2-0 to Big Mo Vaughn, who's hoping to stay healthy this year. Last year, his first with the Angels, he hit .281 with 33 homers, drove in 108 runs. It sounds like a pretty good year for most guys, but not for him. He was not at all satisfied, was hurt most of the year. He was injured in the first game of the season when he fell into the dugout, suffered a bone bruise and sprained ligaments in his ankle, and played hurt most of the year. Speaking of hurt, that one got a piece of Carlos Hernandez.
Mo Vaughn hurt Carlos with that swing right there. Earlier today in batting practice, Mo Vaughn hit a line drive into a crowd of Padres that were stretching. It hit Sterling Hitchcock right in the knee, and Hitchcock had to go inside and never came back out on the field. Take a look at Carlos right there.
Looked like it hit him on the inside of the knee.
Well, you know, if the trainer comes out and manager Bruce Bochy, that it's something that is painful for Carlos Hernandez. He's not coming out of the ball game, but he needed a minute there just to make sure everything was in order. There's a big swing right there. Move on right on top of home plate. A big cut. You see those hips come open. We know he can hit the ball hard forward. He can even hit it hard going backwards.
Changeup is low, and a good hitting count now for Mo Vaughn. 3-1. Vaughn having a good spring, hitting .340 with 3 homers. He's driven in 14 runs. Very intimidating presence at the plate. Hovers right over home plate.
Tell you what, there's another intimidating presence over there in the on-deck circle. When Tim Salmon is healthy, you get a situation like this, you got to pitch to Mo Vaughn. You put him on, Salmon might hit a 3-run homer.
And Vaughn draws a walk, so Salmon will come up with runners at first and second and 1 out. And Salmon has had a terrific spring, again healthy. He's hitting .451, 6 homers, and 15 runs batted in.
He was off to a great start last year. He had 7 home runs alone in the month of April. Then all of a sudden the injury bug hit him, as it did a lot of the Anaheim Angels. Just 10 home runs the rest of the year for Tim Salmon.
He sprained his left wrist in May, sat out 2 months. When he's healthy, this guy will consistently put up 30 homers, 100+ runs batted in. First pitch to him is low.
Just watching that play right there, that's how much the Padres missed Carlos Hernandez last year. Until Ben Davis was recalled from the minor leagues, we were talking about that stat of giving away bases. Pass balls, wild pitches, stolen bases. The Padres were the worst in all of baseball till Ben Davis arrived. Carlos is back.
Bounce foul down the left field line. Tim Salmon has had an outstanding career here. He's had 4 years in which he's hit 30 or more homers, twice driven in over 100 runs, but has yet to make the All-Star team.
Probably the best player I know of that's never been on one of those.
Also a very good outfielder. Curveball in the dirt. Carlos has it. He's got to play at third and throws out Darren Erstad. Boy, you see the value of Carlos Hernandez right there. First blocking the pitch and pouncing on it, making a strong throw to get Erstad.
Well, we think about this last year, the first couple of months of the season. If the first one would have gotten away, as it did a lot last year, now you got men on second and third and 1 out. Now this one gets away. You got a run in and a man on third and 1 out. You got Carlos Hernandez behind home plate. Guess what? You got 2 outs, and there's a guy standing at first base.
Erstad didn't break right away, and a little moment of hesitation cost him on a strong throw by Carlos. Boy, you know he's got to be happy missing all of last year with the torn Achilles tendon. Very frustrating sitting around. We talked to him several times during the season. He said it was such a helpless feeling sitting in the dugout. You couldn't do anything to help your team. Worked very hard rehabbing over the winter. Came back and just has had a terrific spring. Curveball in the dirt. Again, blocked by Carlos.
You think those Yankee scouts that are sitting in the stands right now aren't on the phone calling George Steinbrenner? You won't believe how this guy's playing. He's hitting .523. He's got 12 RBIs, blocking everything, throwing everybody out. Well, Kevin Towers knows how important he is, too. I don't look to see Carlos going anywhere.
Movan running on the pitch, and it's high, ball 4. Second walk given up by Woody Williams. The Padre general manager Kevin Towers with his wife Kelly.
A couple of tough decisions to make here in the next day or so. Things up in the air in the bullpen. I believe it's going to come down to Vicente Palacios or Will Cunane. John Roscos is on the bubble right now. Is he going to stay, or is Ed Sprague going to be healthy enough to start the season? Not on the disabled list. And that's the man that makes those decisions, of course, along with Bruce Bochy.
Here's Garrett Anderson, the center fielder. Jim Edmonds was the center fielder, an outstanding defensive player. Anderson has played mostly left field, but has seen some action in all 3 outfield positions when injuries hit this team. His teammates selected him the most valuable player on the Angels last year. Movan is at second base. Tim Salmon at first with 2 outs in the first inning. Comebacker to Woody Williams. And that's all for the Angels. So Woody gets out of it. No runs, 1 hit, and a couple left for the Angels.
It's time for Padres 2000, presented by Saquon. Buy season tickets now, get priority seating in the new ballpark.
Well, let's go see the Padres. Come on, let's go and do it again.
Advantage pricing from City Chevrolet. One discounted price, no hassles. It makes you the winner.
Win big at City Chevrolet with $1,000 factory cash back on all Malibus or 0% financing. $1,000 cash back or 0% on the 2000 Malibu at City.
City Chevrolet, advantage pricing. The advantage is yours. Come by and see us today.
From the tee, golf in the Southwest. It's on every day. And it's on the web at www.fromthetee.com.
Padres season tickets are on sale now. You can have priority seating in the new ballpark with your own full, half, or mini season ticket plan. The plan you buy today puts you ahead of the fan who buys tomorrow. Just call 1-888-MY-PADRES to get your seats for Padres 2000. Enjoy the best seats now and in San Diego's beautiful new ballpark. Ryan Klesko leading off for the Padres. Speaking of tickets, for the home opener on April the 10th, over 55,000 tickets have been sold. There are fewer than 5,000 remaining. So if you would like to be there for the home opener, we encourage you to jump on those tickets early. Nice play by DiSarcina over to first. Not in time. Klesko beats it out.
One of the biggest surprises for me this spring. Look at that big swing right there. You'd think if DiSarcina gets a glove on this, he's out. Klesko can flat fly. We see him steal bases. Take a look at this glove right there. That glove right there, Gary DiSarcina has had with him since his first day in pro ball. back in June of 1988 when he was drafted in the 6th round by the Angels.
Players get superstitious about changing gloves. Looks like a new one, though.
He keeps it good. Yeah, he might not have the real. That ain't the real one there.
No, he's saving his gamer, I think.
Must be giving it a night off.
I think Shed Lemon, the former outfielder with the Detroit Tigers, played his entire career with one glove. The thing was all beat up and patched. It's amazing how he was able to play with it. Line shot into center field by Brett Boone, and Klesko goes to second.
You know, it makes me think about Craig Biggio's helmet and all the pine tarts on top of that thing. Take a look at DiSarcina. They missed his defensive ability and his attitude a lot more than they did his bat. Just having him around, so important to this ball club. Look at him right there. A lot of guys would be thrilled that they got to that baseball. He's mad that he wasn't out.
Well, he got hurt last year on a freakish play. George Hendrick, who is now in the Padres organization as a coach, was the hitting instructor or a coach with his team, and was hitting ground balls outside the batting cage and swung and hit DiSarcina and broke his forearm. And because the Angels needed a shortstop with DiSarcina on the disabled list, they called the Padres and traded for Andy Sheets. The Padres in the deal got Phil Nevin, who went on to have a big year. And what a one-sided deal that proved to be. And Sheets pretty well washed out here. Kevin Towers still excited about the trade. High drive, center field, and fairly deep. But playable for Garrett Anderson as Klesko tags at second. Boone tagging from first. And both runners will advance as Garrett Anderson threw the ball right into the ground. Must have slipped out of his hand.
Ruben Rivera would have had another home run this spring had it not been for playing a night game here. If this ball is hit during the day, it carries a lot better here at Anaheim. That ball might have been out of the ballpark. Anderson right there, kind of nonchalant. That ball did get away, and I think Ryan Klesko learned something right there. Tim Flannery's over there talking to him now, saying, hey, big boy, I get a chance to send you during the regular season. You might have been going on that throw right there.
Anderson's supposed to have a pretty good arm, but he just threw that one right into the ground. Carlos Hernandez up with 2 in scoring position. DiSarcina will go to third for the play on Brett Boone, but the Padres take the lead as Ryan Klesko comes in to score. Carlos Hernandez reaching on a fielder's choice and gets credit for an RBI, his 13th this spring.
Rivera, 2 outs. I'm sorry, nobody out, 2 men on base, advancing the runners to third base, setting up this RBI opportunity for Carlos Hernandez. Boone right there in that situation on contact. If the runner at third goes, you got to go as well. He just got caught.
Ed Sprague, the designated hitter, up. He takes a strike. Sprague has been bothered this season with a heel problem, plantar fasciitis. Signed to a minor league contract, but a proven major leaguer. Had some outstanding years in Toronto, then a number of injuries. Last year with the Pirates, made the All-Star team in a strong first half and then faded badly in the second half. Not quite sure how the Padres are going to use him. He can play first, third, or the outfield. Especially with Ryan Klesko showing that he can hit left-handers. I think he might have had a chance to see some action at first base. But Klesko, with that infield hit, has now gone over the 500 mark this spring against left-handers.
12 for 23 this spring, showing some power as well against left-handed pitching. And that's coming off a year in which he hit 102.
He was 5 for 49 last year against left-handed pitching with only 1 home run. Smoked foul over the head of third base coach Tim Flannery.
I think a lot of times just a change of scenery can give a guy confidence. Down in Atlanta, Klesko for the last couple of years, all we heard about was he can't hit left-handers. You know what? When he came over here, Bruce Bochy said, you're going to have to prove to me that you can't hit left-handers.